Assalamualaikum and warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So right now I will present my presentation slide for PSM1. So my project name is FixNet, a smart maintenance apps for residentials using intelligent image-based recognition and automated agency classification. And my name is Muhammad Ilman Muhammad Khairi. My supervisor is Dr. Muhammad Zafran bin Muhammad Zalisha. Okay, so as you can see, this is all the content that will be provided in this slide. There's all is 10. Okay, right now we will proceed to the problem background. So for the first problem is most of the residents use mobile application to submit the maintenance report, but not only using mobile applications such as WhatsApp, but they also use Google Form or even call. Then some of the residents miss or forget to follow up after submitting the report, which is they do not remember to track the progress of the maintenance. The next problem is in terms of the details where the residents submit insufficient details and it will make the management hard to determine what the damage is all about. The next problem is in terms of the security where anyone can do the report. So if the management get the fake report, I think it will burden them with a lot of um, requests from unauthorized user. The next is handling the huge number of picture during report submission. So it should have um, apps that can help the management to decide what is actually maintenance is all about. So they do not have to manually configure it one by one. The last problem background is management do the maintenance based on the first come first serve basis. So there is no official or there is no arrangement of the label about the maintenance issues. Okay, right now we proceed to the project aim and project objective. So basically, my project aim to develop a mobile application that manage the report submission, including with the image submission. And also, I will implement an API, which the name is Google Vision API, to recognize the image. And also, I would like to do the visible tracking status for the resident to track all the maintenance process. Okay, we proceed to the project objective. So the first one is basically I want to know the difficulties of maintenance reporting in residential area. The next objective is I want to develop and design the whole smart internet apps with the help from the image recognition and also problem categorizing. For example, like assigning the technician or even classification, agency classification. The last objective is I want to evaluate and test the functionality of the application per user per system requirement. So there's five scopes for my project. So the first one, I want to concentrate totally on the need of residential areas in terms of the maintenance reporting issues. And then submitting and capturing image into the app where the app basically the user can use it during the report submission. They can just snap and it will handle by the app. The next one is checking the progress of maintenance where it really related to status tracking. The next one is agency classification done by the app, where after the API do their job, the application will determine the level of the agency of the maintenance. The last one is the users involved in my project, which are management, technician, and resident. So right now we will proceed to the summary of literature review. So right now I will tell you um, the current system workflow of the current system. So basically, the first thing is residents submit the report via WhatsApp or call or even filling the Google form. So once the management receive the report, they will assign the technician. But if the management doesn't receive the report, so nothing they can do. After that, the management will fill the logbook in terms of what is the problem and who will be in charge of the issues. So once the technician receive the task, they start to resolve the issues. And after it finish, it will they will update to the management and management will update back to the residents. So this is some of the existing application that related to the maintenance. Um, the first is Service Hero. So basically, Service Hero is like a marketplace, but it is focused on the service such as plumbing, piping. So for the quick fix, basically quick fix is more to the quick maintenance, such as changing the wire or repairing the gate, and it covers only one house. But it is different with fixed mate, where fixed mate is used widely area and mainly for the flat or even apartment. Okay, so as you can see, this is the table comparison uh, compare from my proposed project and also all the existing application. So there are some aspects. As you can see, uploading image report submission, all the application can done it. But in terms of urgency, analyzation, instant report receiving, and also covering internal and external facilities cannot be covered by them, but only be covered by FixNet. Okay, these are the technology that we use uh, for make develop a mobile application. So the first one is Flutter, where Flutter is basically a framework that used to build a mobile application, and also the developer can use it to make attractive interface by using its pre-built widget. The next one is Firebase. Basically, Firebase is used in backend platform in managing the data, and it provides some of the features such as Firebase authentication and also Cloud Firestore. The next technology is Riverport, which basically it will help us to maintain the structure of the code. It will make the code become more cleaner and more neat. The next is Figma. Figma is used when you want to make a wireframe, and also it will become the reference for the developer in doing the project. Okay, next is GitHub. GitHub is used to manage all the coding and all the management of the project. And the last one is Google Cloud Vision API. Basically, it is an API that is used to recognize the image submitted by the residents. Okay, so we proceed to the summary of system development. So I would choose waterfall model. As you can see, there are six pieces exist in this model, which the first two requirements and design, I have done it during my PSM1, where I'll gather some data from the user, and also the design I've done the interfaces, and the rest, which development, testing, deployment, and maintenance been done during my PSM2. Okay, so why I choose waterfall model? So first thing is because fixed and stable demands at any stage. So basically, what the user needs and what the user want is have been determined at the first stage. So basically, the developer can see what they need to do. The next is very details in each phase. So in transition from one phase to one phase, uh, you need to finish one phase successfully. Then after it, you can proceed to another phase. The last reason is because partitioning all tasks into consumer section. So there's a lot of tasks in developing a mobile application, and all these tasks will be divided into some section that will be guaranteed if can be done. Okay, so in terms of data collection technique, I do survey style where you can see this the example question in my survey. Okay, then we proceed to the hardware requirement. divided into two parts, which are desktop or laptop and also mobile phone. So basically, in developing the mobile application, you use the laptop and have stated there the minimum recommendation and also the recommended specification. In terms of the usage of the application for mobile phone, I also put it the minimum recommendation and also the recommended specification that should be used. For example, in terms of the CPU, minimum specification that you need is just Intel Core i5, and the best is Intel Core i7. Okay, so software requirement is just same as the technology used, such as Flutter, Firebase, Riverport, GitHub, Google Cloud Vision API, and also Figma. But I add one more thing, which is Visual Studio Code, where this software is used uh, to do all the code writing. Okay, so this is the initial findings for PSM1. So from the survey, I can know that 42.1% of the residents use WhatsApp group to submit the report, but also they use other platforms such as Google Form or even Call, but most of them use WhatsApp. The next one is 84.2% all of the resident faces delay for the maintenance report to finish, maintenance issues to finish because of the unofficial and unstructured reporting system. The next thing I find during my PSM1 is I learn to understand um, all of the flow of the development process. For example, like I said before, there are six phases in the waterfall model. And the next is designing interface for the purpose project. So basically, I have done the user interfaces for three users, which are for interface for um, residents, management, and also technician. Okay, second last of the findings of SM1 is if you're doing building an app, you need to determine all the requirements. I mean, in terms of even software or hardware. The last is comprehend each features in details. So I learned to know what each features done or what each features do in terms of the navigation and is it necessary to have this sort of icon and so on. So this is the interface design that I have done. As you can see, there are three users, uh, which the Ilman is the residents, Kamarul is the technician, and Munir is the management. This is the dashboard of their interfaces. And for technician and management, some of the icon doesn't have in their part, which you can compare to the resident interface where it have an capture icon which is used to submit the report. Okay, so we go to the planning for PSM2. So I plan to develop the FixNet application as a whole application. So basically, I will start writing the coding and also I want to publish the FixNet. And after that, I will do some checking in terms of the usabilities and capabilities of the app, whether the navigation is function, the button is function, and so on. And then I will do some testing with the customer or the user to gain their feedback. And in case if there is some enhancement or fixing a bug, I will do during this PSM2. So we come to the conclusion. So I really hope that during for the next process of my PSM, I will achieve all the objective, and I hope that this smart maintenance apps can fulfill all the residential needs, like basically, like specifically in terms of maintenance issues, maintenance reporting, and also technician assigning. The next The next thing that I can conclude is if we're dealing with a bigger community, we should have a structure system so it will benefit for both sides, either it's the user or even the management. And lastly, if we want to do it something, we need to prepare and do some planning beforehand. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.